Hello and welcome to a special edition of the short Vort on Parshas Noach. This is dedicated to Zecher Nishmas, Le'iloi Nishmas, Avi Mori, Naftali, Ben Yitzchak, Isaac. Thank you for all your tefillos and mitzvos that extended my father's life. Rabbi Beryl Wine on Torah.org in 5770 notes that Rashi points out that the name Noach is not meant to be from the word of nechama and consolation, but it's Noach of resting, that because Noach created the tools and the technology for agriculture that made people's life, they were able to rest and be more at ease. And that is what, and that was Noach is about. However, mentioning consolation, I'm going to share the thoughts on on consolation. During Shiva, one is not allowed to learn Torah, very limited topics, including laws of mourning. And I learned several different answers to the following question. We say, Hamakom Yinachem Eschem Esoch Shavel Tzion B'Yishlayim. When someone is about to leave the mourner, they offer those words of consolation. Why, though, does it say Hamakom as opposed to Hashem or even Harachaman, something that's more typical and appropriate for this situation? So I'm going to share several answers that I heard, including one machshava that I had for myself. First one came from a decades-long friend of my father. They exchanged Chumash Mikros Gedolos decades ago, and my father used that until he was unable to read anymore. Every Shabbos for Shnai Mikra V'Echad Targim. And this friend shared something from the Kapizhnitzer Rebbe, Reb Avram Yoshua Heschel, Zatzal, 1888 to 1967. And he said that Hamakom refers to the chashav Hamakom that a person gets from the good deeds that he's done during his life. Therefore, the biggest nechama is the way one learns his life and the place of reward that he creates. And therefore, it says Hamakom. Number two, we had two separate grandsons of the Chafetz Chaim, Reb Mendel, Reb Yisrael Meir Zaks, and Rabbi Aryeh Zev Zaks, who independently shared the same thought. And one of them, I believe, said it was a brisker machshava, that Hashem comes to the makom because the neshama is in the place where the mourning is. And we know this because even if someone dies without any krovim, without any relatives, what they do then is they take 10 men, and they could be total strangers, unconnected to the nifter, and they have them sit and be consoled by others. This proves that the reason for the mourning, the sitting shiva, is as a comfort for the soul also. So Hashem comes to that place, and he comforts both the living and the no longer living. Number three, someone else shared that from this we learned that a person should take a nikuda, one of the special mitzvahs that their parents did, and adopt it for themselves, and this becomes the makom, the place for nechama of consolation. Number four, sitting in the place, the makom of the nifter's home, brings the mourner a nechama. Number five, after a phone call that I had with someone who wanted to come also in person, I said, you've been yotze the mitzvah, you fulfilled the obligation and the good deed of having offering me consolation. And he said, that's true what you say, but in order to, it works for the person over the phone who's sitting as a mourner, but for the neshama of the nifter, you have to go in person to that place. So we see that the full nechama is only in the makom of the mourning, such as in the house of the nifter. Number six, I looked at today after I got off from the Avelis and sitting Shiva, and it says from God, Eish.com, God is everywhere. But a person who lost a loved one feels like God is not with him. Therefore, we have to say to the mourner that Hamakom Hashem should comfort him, and we pray that the person will be blessed to have a renewed awareness of Hashem's presence, even in the grief-stricken place which he now finds himself. It also shared the seventh, that we tell the mourner, if you could see the place where the deceased is now and where he dwells or she dwells, you'd be comforted. Finally, another caller pointed out that today, unfortunately, with the current situation in Eretz Yisrael, it's not difficult to imagine the concluding words of Besok Sha'avei Tzion B'Yerushalayim, among the mourners of Zion and Yerushalayim. And for all of those, Hamakom Yinachem Eschem Besok Sha'avei Tzion B'Yerushalayim. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos. May you only know B'Suros Tovos going forward.